Good evening, sorry, friend, Midman, coming at you again from Walkers Music. Yet another word for the day. We missed the morning motivation this morning. We like to apologize for that, but nevertheless, we give God praise, give Him all the glory for life, health, and strength, and we thank Him for as well as it is. And thank you for each and every one of you, cyber friends. You already know who you are. I'm just sitting here thinking about some things, and we are. Been studying the word a long time, people. Very long time. And we don't do it for shape, form, and fashion, neither to be well spoken of. But number one, my main claim to fame was always this. I've always was curious. Something that I didn't know, I made it my business to search it out. I would research it until I knew exactly what I set out upon. I would learn what I would fail to. Whatever I didn't know, I made it my point to find out and to learn about it. So I was always digging. I guess you would call it that. Digging and researching. And then again, we think about it, we on this here Christmas season again. A lot of us don't really realize what it's all about. Some of us done live 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 years. And we still don't realize exactly what it really means. But in this here season, we get ourselves caught up in the different things and about, gift giving and the food and getting togethers and whatnot. And there's going to be a lot of that all the way up until after New Year's, people. And then it's going to go on throughout next year as well. What I'm saying, as a teacher, I've always wanted people to get it. If I was teaching you something, I wanted you to get it. And I know how I felt when I got illuminated about some things that I had, that I was ignorant. When I was ignorant of it, and then once the illumination came, I felt so good. And that's the reason why I always want people to get it. But it seems as though sometimes it seems like some of us are never going to get it. Number one, like I said, we are in on another Christmas season. The day being the second day of December. And clean up until the 25th, people are going to be having festivities and whatnot. And there ain't nothing wrong with getting together with your friends and whatnot, having yourselves a merry, what they call a little season and everything. But I want to tell you something about the song that we would often sing. And I knew growing up as a child myself. And on that Christmas Eve, how we used to just, we just look like we lose our mind on Christmas Eve. Because we knew what was going to happen that night. All during the year, we have waited on certain things that we wanted. And we just couldn't wait because we knew Santa Claus was coming that night. And that we were going to get the things that we so desired and everything. Until we learned better, of course. And I don't mean to destroy this here for anybody that maybe still doing this with their kids. I'm not going to try to just spoil that with anybody, but y'all know, those of you that know what I'm talking about, just go on and just walk with it for a little bit. There's a song that we sing just about every Christmas in our churches, especially in our churches, called Joy to the World. The Lord is coming. But I want y'all to know something. Even though I know that song is sung every Christmas, but you know what? That's not a Christmas song. That's not a Christmas song. Joy to the World is not a Christmas song. Let your teacher tell you again. Joy to the World is not a Christmas song. It is a kingdom song. That is a second coming. That song is about Jesus Christ's second coming. Because if y'all remember, when Jesus was born into this world, he is a king. Yes, he was. But he wasn't born into this world as a king. Didn't nobody receive Christ as a king. He was born in a stable, for God's sake. God bless your soul. He wasn't. He didn't come. He didn't come. He didn't come in. He was a king, but he came lowly into this planet, born in a stable, in a manger. Joseph, they went to the inn, but there was no room for them. It wasn't that they didn't have the money to get a room, but it just was no room at the inn at that particular time. So Joseph ended up having to get Mary, and more likely, we call it a barn, but it was more likely a cave out in the outskirts of town somewhere. That's probably where Jesus was born, in a cave in Bethlehem. But caves were used as stables at that particular time. It was a different time, people. But Joy to the World is a kingdom come song, not a Christmas song. It is a kingdom, second coming. Joy to the world, the Lord is come. He is, and let earth receive her what? King. You know that ain't going to be until Jesus' second coming. That's what the song is talking about, Jesus' second coming. But nevertheless, we sing it at Christmas time. Because why? Tradition. Silent Night is a Christmas song. Oh, come all ye faithful. Those are Christmas songs. But Joy to the World, that's kingdom song, baby. Kingdom song. The Lord is coming. We are yet to celebrate that. So I tell you, we need to sing that song every day of the week. Because that is yet to happen. Joy to the world, the King is coming. He's coming, and he's going to come as King of Kings and Lord of Lords. The earth will receive him, because he's going to be made to do it. He's going to rule with a rod of iron, people. You better read your Bible, study it. But at any rate, Middleman just come to let everybody know that regardless to, things are not like I would want them to be, everything, but I'm going to still be joyous. Because my joy don't come from things. In other words, some people never happy unless they dealing with a whole lot of stuff. You know, there's nothing wrong with stuff, people. God wish above all things that we prosper and be in good health. God wants you to have all that, but some of us, that's all we got on our mind. If we don't have that, then we are not happy. We don't have no joy. Well, see, the joy of the Lord is your strength. Satan will be glad when you don't have any joy, because you're downtrodden when you ain't got no joy. You don't have any strength. But thanks be to God. There are people right now that wish they had what you and I have. Oh yeah. I was looking at I don't know whether it was James Roberts or maybe it was T.D. Jakes. I'm not for certain which one. But I remember one of them made a statement they were saying about, if you got a can of soup in your cupboards tonight, if you got some clean, fresh water to drink, whether it be in your refrigerator or in the faucet, if you got clean water to drink, and you got a roof over your head of any type, you are above the 95% of the population that are rich compared to most people in the world. But yet it's still, especially of us in the United States. Now I realize that we have some people that is, maybe on the poverty level in the United States as well. We got some people that some don't have as much as others. Mainly that because of greed, because we got some of us want everything and don't want to share. I'm not saying that you're supposed to take care of lazy people. See, let me the man be clear on that, because the Bible says, if a man didn't work, neither should he eat. I'm not talking about lazy people. God don't even tell you to do that by lazy people. He doesn't say that. But there's a difference between people that are poor and those that are lazy. It's a difference. Some people expect for you to lean on your sympathy, to prey on your sympathy, I should say that. In other words, first thing they'll tell you, I thought you was a Christian. Yeah, but I ain't stupid. Bible says if a man don't work, neither should he eat. Now there are some people that are out of work and they can't help it. They are actively looking for work. Some of them just lost their work, and God knows that a lot of our jobs went overseas. We can thank Bill Clinton for that. And that North American Free Trade Agreement, NAFTA they called it. A lot of jobs went overseas. But you got to admit, a lot of people in America that didn't go to work. They had jobs but wouldn't go to them. You got to admit that. And so the employer didn't have no alternative. When you can't get people to come to work, you got to get your work done some kind of way. If you're going to make production, you got to have people that come to work. And so they looked for cheaper labor, and they found it overseas. And that's one of the biggest reasons why a lot of the job went overseas. You know, I know we hate to hear the truth, people, but God knows that's about 95% of the truth. That's why a lot of jobs went overseas, because the employers could not fill the jobs without people here in the United States. Now, you had some people that wanted to work. God knows they did. But that was a very few compared to the one that had jobs that quit them. Because, see, the government made it more easy for you not to work. Come on. I know a lot of people ain't going to like this because it's the truth. But it's the truth. But I don't care what you don't like. The government made it easy for lazy people to get over. But people that trying to have something, if you was a small businessman, you can't even do stuff because the government will regulate you. Because of somebody who want to sit down and pull a check. And if you try to do something you can't make but a certain amount. If you do make that amount, they're gonna cut you off, especially if you, even to husband and wife that were they found that it was better for them to stay divorced than to get together. That's right. The government done that. Your so-called government that you praise like Jesus, they the one done it. Because they penalize people that got talent. They penalize people that going actively trying to find something to do to make them a living, to try to take care of their family. But now they be penalized because these people that want to sit down and pull a check every month. Now, I ain't talking about the people that don't work. They got entitled to their pennies. The ones that don't work the field all over. Now they getting there, but there ain't nothing wrong with that. But there are some out there that had never worked a good 40-hour-a-week job in their life. But yet it's still, they're the one that getting all the kind of assistance. And if you try to run a small business, like yours truly, you can't, because you are penalized. You got to go through all the red tape because of the fact. Amen. Amen. So what we are saying, let us make this here season. Let us make this season a season to remember. We done had a brand new election. And I done heard something about the president already, the president-elect, what he done. And if he did do that about the blocking of some sort of job they were trying to take across the border here a couple of days ago, and they said that Donald Trump stopped it. Well, I applaud Donald Trump. Block some more of them. Especially if the people in America want to work, they all should be the first one to get the first. And you hear what I say? The people of America that consist of all types of people, black, white, Latino, whatever, but they are in the United States. They should be given the first choice to get the job, people. I'm just for that. I'm for that. Know how come I'm for that? Because Jesus even told his disciples, start first at Jerusalem. In other words, you start in Israel and let it go forward. You take care of home first. Amen. Now, I know a lot of people don't want to hear that, but many men done spoken. And I'm not going to change it. And it's the truth. When you try to have something, you are penalized. I know. I'm a small businessman. Struggling because of regulation. If I get such and so much, then I will be penalized or have to go through a penalty. And you are not allowed to do certain things because of somebody, perhaps in your family, they get a government check. And now you can't. You are regulated. And if not, oh, y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But that's okay. You know what? I'm going to keep singing joy to the world. Because guess what? Jesus is coming. He going to set things straight after a while. So I'm going to say it like a song that Nightingale used to sing years ago. Saints, hold on. Change coming. Hold on. Everything is going to be all right. This is Middleman. Saying whatever you get into, God ain't in it, come out of it. Because it's going to come to nothing. You be for certain of that. God is not mobbed. For every man's soul, that shall he reap. Till the next Bible study, next video, whichever comes first. Peace. Good night.